there, food lovers, and welcome back to Stuff, the podcast where we talk about cooking, our favourite ingredients, and ways to get creative and inventive in the kitchen.
Well, it's hosted by me, George Egg, ye snack hacker, and by Martyn O'Dell, ye lagom chef.
It's 41 episodes in.
What?
Succinct.
I thought it was funny. Ye.
Oh, yeah.
Ye.
I thought you were searching for words.
No, ye snack hacker and ye lagom chef.
Go on, mate.
Anyway, this is a show all about making food Of course it's about making food accessible. Of course it's about making food fun. And of course it's about making food delicious.
And absolutely. And each week we'll be chatting about some of ours and our listeners' favourite dishes.
So head to our socials, at the Stuff Podcast. Do the ratings and the subscribings and the tell your friends and everything else. Let's get started.
Yeah, let's crack on. Let's move on to the intro. George and Martyn, intro chat and catch up. But let me show you this before we move on. Just talking about people that are fans of the podcast. I got sent a message the other day and I thought this was hilarious. His name is Joe James. Anyway,
Joe James.
The first message he ever sent me read this: "Am I doing ham on toast right?" And I
like him already.
Yeah, me too. And that's why I said, not sure, send me a picture. So he sent me a picture and he went, thanks, any tips? Helpful.
Can I see the picture?
Yeah.
Looks good to me.
It does look good. And I said,
it's ham on toast.
Too much butter.
Oh.
Yeah. And I said, nice toast and a good amount of ham. And he went, shit, we'll do better. Thank you. Love the pod and the YouTube.
I love him.
We love him. And he used Lurpak. I'm a big Lurpak fan. So when I caught the corner of the tub in the picture, I was like, mate, one of us.
Spreadage.
So thank you, Joe James.
Thank you, Joe James. And I would like you to send in the picture of your next attempt at ham on toast to see if it is improved.
Well, I think we should just ask people how they improve their ham on toast.
I think we should actually ask people to all send in pictures of ham on toast.
On their holidays. Is that one of those things?
And at home.
Well, no, when they go on holidays, they should send in a picture of their ham on toast. They could be in, like, Ibiza with a little bit of mortadella.
I was just going to say that would be exciting because then you get different bread styles.
Different hams on toast.
Different hams. Different light.
Oh, it's different.
You know, you imagine, like, south of Spain, you're going to have ham on toast, but the light. Wow.
And then maybe you go to, like, Austria and then you've got, like, a log of processed cheese.
Yeah.
Or ham.
Or maybe you go like somewhere like really north, like where it's cold. Maybe you go to the southern hemisphere and it's all wintry there, and you have ham on toast and it's all dark.
Or maybe you go to Asia and then they've got like a panda ham. You know, like they have like the kids' hams. It's got like a teddy bear.
I think you meant like ham made out of panda. I thought that doesn't sound very moral.
Sustainable. You know, like they have like the face of like a bear in some of the hams. They try and lure
like
kids
Billy
into
Bear.
it. Yeah,
yeah.
But imagine that, like in sort of like China or something, they might have like a panda one, or like a moshi monster or something.
I like that I do ham made out of pandas now.
Panda ham. It's got a ring to it.
Yeah, rhino ham.
Rhino, no, that's white rhino ham.
Yeah,
tiger ham. Tiger balm. Tiger ham.
Tiger balm ham. Tiger balm on toast.
Yeah. Anyway, come on, let's move on.
It's like a spread.
Let's talk
about
like pate. Let's talk about
like last time.
If you're getting on an aeroplane. Here we go. This is a good one for you.
Holiday food.
This isn't even a question. Holiday food. There's not even a question on here. What is your sort of like say mentality when you're getting onto an aeroplane? If you're doing a short haul flight, say you're going Ryanair or EasyJet, the food's normally pretty naff. Do you take food with you to the airport, or do you buy in the airport and then take it on?
So last time I took a budget airline flight somewhere that was I got EasyJet to Gran Canaria, so it was about a 4-hour flight.
Yeah,
and I had some leftovers in the fridge, and I thought, I'm taking that. I'm going to eat that on the flight anyway. And it was I put it in a big kind of bucket Tupperware, like a big, like 2-litre yogurt pot with a snap lid.
Yeah,
and it was some kind of sort of like leftover cauliflower cheese with a bit chili and all sorts of stuff like that. And it was quite liquid, but I just thought, well, it's in the fridge. We're going away for a week. It's only going to go in the bin, so otherwise we'll take it. And when I went through security, they were obviously kind of going, is it liquid, is it solid? And this guy, the security guy with gloves on, picked up the jar like this with his gloves on, and he was going like that with it. And then he took the lid off and looked inside. I said, it's nice, do you want to try a bit? And he went, go on, you can take it through. So I ate that on the plane. So yes, I would say I mean, I'm all over the place. I sometimes I take fruit. Sometimes I go I just go to Smith's and buy a sandwich.
Yeah, I think my brother got stopped. I think my mum wrapped him up a bit of chocolate cake in tinfoil that looked like some form of
hashishi.
Hashishi,
right?
yeah.
Massive.
And got stopped, and then they opened it up and were like, "Oh, wonderful." Have a little go on that. Yeah, but no. Yeah.
What's the best plane food you've had? What airline? Where were you going? What did you have?
I don't think I've ever had a memorable meal on an aeroplane.
Really? I thought you were gonna go. Oh well.
I don't think I have. I've never really done like any real amazing long haul flights to kind of go. Oh, that was a memorable meal to have. Because I'm normally like 3 pret-a-mange baguettes.
Yeah.
I just take them. I like the Caesar
But
salad.
if you were
one.
you've gone like long flights, haven't you?
Yeah, we went
like,
to Mauritius, but we ate before we got on the plane, and then
Right.
when we woke up, it was an overnight flight.
Right.
Right, what's yours? You tell me.
Yeah. I've got one. No, last time I went to New York, I flew with a airline called JetBlue, who don't fly from Gatwick anymore, and it was insanely cheap. It was like 260 quid for a return flight with food and hold luggage to New York. I mean, that's cheap, isn't
bargain,
it?
yeah.
And it was just such good food. I remember I had a hen of the woods casserole. I can find. Should I find the? In fact, hold on.
Go on, get the picture.
I'm going to find the pictures. I'm a real one for like asking for extra. So I remember going to Hong Kong and then having a meal, and then they came around and I said, "Have you got any more meals?" and had another whole meal. But I like it when you get it's that fly.
Fuck is Breaking Bad.
It's been here since 2 weeks. yeah. Yes, and I like the whole getting the food from the culture of where you're going when you like fly on a foreign airline and they give you stuff from their culture. They don't try and assimilate like British food, you get Chinese food.
Like plane food is always the same. I don't know if it's because the planes the flight companies I ever use that just always feels pretty bog standard. I tell you what the most depressing thing is the pizza and chips that you get on EasyJet. We got it once for Noah. It was like £9 something, and you literally got like 5 chips and like a corner of a pizza, and that was it.
That would absolutely boil my blood.
Yeah.
I hate that. I like free food. No, what I mean is I'd rather pay more for the ticket, and get free food and not feel like I'm being ripped off, rather than getting a cheap ticket and then going, oh, how much for that? How much for that? How much for that? It's like the luggage thing, isn't it? That does my head in.
What's your drink when you get on a plane? Is there a drink that you always go, oh yeah, I'm on holiday?
Well, if it's free, I mean,
straight to the spirits.
Let's have. I think I'd go for a double gin and tonic. That's what I'd go for. I'd start with that.
I'm a Bloody Mary. I
Nice.
always straight in there. I don't know what it is. Yeah, just as soon as I get on, Bloody Mary. Of course we do, sir. Yes,
it
please.
feels like a little treat, doesn't it?
Yeah. I did make friends with one of the what they called air hostesses.
Flight attendant these days. Probably.
Yeah, but they were doing the sleepy bit, like the shift at night when they're just like, oh, we're going to get to relax. But I don't ever relax on a plane, so I was just sort of like, ding ding. It was like, sir. Like, every time we come past, it was like, just one more bit. There was like 3 beers, and it was like, I'll leave you alone for a little bit.
I love it. Yeah, when they come over and they're like, there you go, and you're like, oh, thank you. Now we're friends. Can we be friends? Can we be friends afterwards?
I'll see you in an hour. Yeah.
When I went to New Zealand, me and my friend who I flew out there with, we had decaffeinated coffees with Baileys in. That was nice at bedtime. Oh, that was great.
I'm not a Baileys person. I had a bad experience on Baileys when I was younger. My friend Rob does it when we went camping. He has coffee, and instead of milk, he uses Baileys, and he's just like,
that's good.
Oh, it just makes me, I can't even think about it.
I had the other day, I had a hot chocolate with amaretto in. That was nice.
Ooh,
yeah.
I do love amaretto.
That really works.
What is it? Amaretto and Coke tastes like Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, it does. Probably.
I don't know.
It does.
It does. And we used to do Cointreau and Red Bull taste like Skittles. It's called a Skittle Bomb.
Nice.
Very good. Classy, that.
Like the couple of last episode with your strawberry alien jelly wobble.
Yeah. Right, go on then, George. This is one I know you're very excited about.
What's that?
What supermarket do you most look forward to going to when you go to European cities?
France. Auchan is the one I tend to gravitate towards.
Gosh.
Spain, Mercadona. God, I love going to Mercadona. Oh my God. That's it.
Is he all right?
What about you? Do you like it? Because I would say my highlight of going on holiday to France or Spain or wherever is more going to a supermarket than going to a market. I just love just going up and down the aisles and seeing what they got. And
there was this place in Switzerland where we used to live, and it was called Manor. And I always remember I used to shop at a place. I think it was like a Carrefour.
The town was called Manor.
No, the shop was. So it was basically like their version of like Harrods, but it was kind of a small version. And you went downstairs into this food hall, and you were just like, "Oh my God, this is amazing!" Like,
why not? I've been to those in Switzerland.
Yeah,
insane.
Yeah.
They're like, just
everything you would ever want. But like in Switzerland,
and shiny and like, it's so polished.
You go to like some of the normal supermarkets, and there's like a lot, like not a great deal of meat and fish there because of like the cost of it all.
Yeah.
But then you walk into Manor, and it's like walking back into like Europe. You're like, oh, there's everything. There's salmon, there's prawns. Then you look at the cost, and you're,
it's like
my God,
the knees go.
Yeah. Do you fancy salmon? And that's the only meal for the rest of the week. That's all we can afford.
No, it's bonkers, isn't it? The price in Switzerland particularly is.
But I love the French supermarkets when they had the Misters. They still do that. I haven't been to one.
Misters.
They had like they used to have like the water jets over the veggies over the.
Yeah, I think they still have those.
Oh, I love a misty veg.
What would be your highlight things to bring back from a French supermarket?
This is a funny one because when I went to Barcelona, Bob, who I went with, who's my old head chef, he was like, "You taking anything home?" I was like, "No, I'm not going to do it." And
were you on a plane or in a car?
In a plane. But I was like, just
because I think that makes a big difference. If you're in a plane, there's always the hassle of like, well, I've got limited luggage, can't bring any liquids unless it's going in the hold. Yeah, whereas if you're in a car,
but still, for me, I'm just like, I don't know. I like to leave things in situ. You know, like if you've enjoyed something, like if you like, we were talking about if you're sitting in a square in Barcelona, you had like a vermouth and some ham, and it's like, you come back to London, you sit on your balcony, and you're having vermouth and ham. Well, also like one sirens going off, it's just not the same.
One thing I would say is a bit of a shame I find these days is. And of course, it's great that you can get a lot more stuff over here, but there's so many things that used to be exotic. You go to France, now you go, oh, you can get that here.
Yeah,
and
get it from Aldi.
Got quite as much kind of sort of novelty value. But are there any like particular things that you go, I'd have to bring that? I mean, do you take your vehicle over to Europe much?
No,
you're always on the plane.
No, I was on a plane.
See, because for me, it's like it's the filling up the car with bottles of Blanc and.
Well, I remember doing that as a kid. We used to go over to whatever it was, City Europe on the other side, and just fill it up. Mum and Dad would be like filling it up with booze and beers, the little mini ones. But we don't do that.
Highlight for me is going to France, going to a car boot sale, getting a branded glass, and then seeing if I can find the right beer in the supermarket, so that I can go home and I can go, there's the beer in the right glass. And I love that.
You're such a hero, aren't you?
I love that. Well, in a way.
Got a question here. What food do you bring on beach days? What makes a good beach sandwich? Sand. Do you have a beach sandwich?
I mean, I don't like sandy beaches. There, I've said it. There, sue me.
Why?
Because sand gets everywhere.
You got the sea there.
Yeah, but then you come out wet and it's like flipping vicious circle, isn't it?
You need to do the old bin bag technique.
What's that?
You'll get a bag, you fill it up with water, and then when you go back to your thing, you just stand in the bag like that, and then you go.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
it's a good idea. No, I just find, and also I mean, you must be a bit like this with all ADHD kind of. You can't. I bet you can't sit still on a beach, don't you?
That's why you don't sit still. You go swimming, you go snorkeling.
But
you go running, you build a massive sandcastle.
Get on with something.
You dig a hole.
See, I tell you what I'll do. I'll take like a little like Trangier cooker and I'll cook on the beach. That's fun. I'm not doing that. But sitting on a beach or lying on a towel, I just go nuts.
No, that is really boring.
Yeah, and sand. I just find so food with sand is not the best combination.
But I do enjoy like the little thin chips with the little like white. Thin plastic prick fork that you get when you get the chips are a little bit sandy, a bit of crunch to them, you know. Yeah,
no, I love it. Yeah, I'm a French beach, frites in a baguette, yum yum. But I'm not keen on sand.
You know where the seagulls are the most deadly is down in Carbis Bay and near St Ives. Noah got attacked by a seagull eating a pizza underneath a towel. It was like, these big signs saying, beware of the seagulls. They try and steal your food.
Up with its wing.
We in there, mate. But no, he was underneath it like this because we saw them all and he was like, he just needed to eat. So he was under there. and then he poked his hand. It's
Wow. God,
They're
he was terrified.
deadly, yeah.
Bigger than him.
yeah. So I'd stand there
Crikey.
and give him a good old wallop.
Yeah, beach food. It's tricky, isn't it? Ice cream? No. Yes.
All I ever think of, like, when I'm at a beach is I just go back to Calpe, where we used to go loads when we was kids in Spain, and there was this guy called Segundo that would be on the promenade, and we would put our...
It's the fly.
What's that fly, mate?
God, it's been in 2 weeks. Did you?
No. There was we had a place called Segundo's, and he used to just do like really like naff, like deep fried food, chicken nuggets, all that kind of stuff. But it was just like that nostalgic thing of going, there's a patch of beach, there's some water, there's Segundo's and the swimming pool behind, and we just used to, like, probably if you did a heat map on us, it was just like one line back and forward, spending our pesetas, getting like little, what they called, the ones with the bubble gum at the bottom.
Like a screwball.
Screwball.
Yeah.
We used to get those, and then loads of chips. Oh.
I remember. I've got fond memories of the kind of really super like lemon sorbet in a kind of like in a Coke can shaped sort of cardboard tube, and then you push it up.
Yeah.
And that feels very French.
Foreign lollies.
Have you ever? When we went to Cornwall once, and we picked mussels off rocks and cooked those on the beach. That was nice. They were tiny, but that just felt like amazing.
There was a time where my dad and my brother almost died from eating mussels. We went to this place called Inishbeg in Ireland, and me and my brother made this video. I think it was like one of the first videos we'd made, and we were like, we're here in Inishbeg, and we were like, we haven't eaten for days, and the house was like there, but we were pretending. And then we picked all these mussels, and then we cooked them, we ate them, and they were amazing. And then I think he'd left them out on the side, and then he kind of came in the next day and was like picking at them. And then my dad had a few, and my God, like my dad was literally on death's door, like
really?
Both ends. But he was diabetic, recently sort of like diagnosed with it, and he was just controlling himself. My mum was like, I think we might need to go back somewhere because I think he might die. It was really bad, yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah,
but that was just because they'd been left out for a day, because they were like rotten mussels.
Well, I was all right because I'd eaten them the day before, but brutal. Anyway, any more things you want to say about foreign holidays?
Yes.
Right.
This.
You're only halfway through your sheet.
No, that's all right.
That's
the ingredient next.
Right, okay.
Spoiler alert.
Go.
The joy, the unbridled joy of going to a McDonald's that isn't in this country and going, what have they got here that we haven't got?
Really?
Oh, God, yeah. It's the best.
Really?
Yeah, well, yes. I'm not going to say... No?
Well, no. It's like you saying going to the rugby is like the best thing in the world. Not for me.
I'm going to throw it open to the room. Anyone else find that exciting, going to a foreign McDonald's? Yes, there we go. Look,
the kids in the room.
It's
uncultured kids.
It's the best. Oh my God! In Gran Canaria, they do gazpacho in a bottle in McDonald's. You're like, they got to do it. It's incredible. They do McShrimp in Holland. McShrimp, yes, please. And in New Zealand, oh my God. They had that. So when I went to New Zealand, this is like 10 years ago, and it was before we got the screens in McDonald's. And there, they had like 4 different types of bun, 4 different types of cheese. So you could put beetroot on your burger. You'd build your own burger, but this massive, crazy burger. It's fantastic. I thought you'd.
No, I don't really get McDonald's when I go abroad. I think I just like will veer into culture.
But that is like a little slice of culture.
Debatable. Right, let's move on to question of the week. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a question of the week where we pose a question at the beginning of the show. And
I forgot about the question of the week.
Yeah, we've been chatting for about 45 minutes. We haven't even got there.
We're going straight onto the thing, but of course, question of the week.
Well, just a succinct. Right, I'm going to do this all in one breath. Yeah, like when I was here. Ladies and gentlemen, this part is question of the week. In part 1, which we are in now, we pose a question, which is called question of the week. And then in part 2, we talk about question of the week and the answer to the question of the week. At the beginning now, we have a brief discussion. So what is the question of the week?
Until 2013, any alcoholic drink under blank percent ABV was considered a soft drink in Russia. What percentage do you think it is?
40.
It's going to be high, isn't it?
It's got to be.
A soft drink.
I want to say something like 12.5, because I reckon you have, those like apple sours and all that kind of stuff. They're like those sort of like gateway alcohols.
They consider that a soft drink? Like
the Russians, they're mental.
Yeah, no, sure. Well, let's both have a guess.
I'm going to say 12.5 just for a laugh.
I'm going to say 8. There we go. That's, I guess. Hold on. Shall we just lock those in? You going to lock yours in? Okay. Locked in.
Locked in. Ladies
Can
and
someone
gentlemen,
remember? Because I'll forget.
I said 12.5. Never going to
I
forget
said
that.
8.
There we go.
8. If I think of 8 things. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll come back in part 2 and we will find out the answers to that. Very exciting.
It's time for the star ingredient. But what is the star ingredient of the week? What item is this in the format?
Huevos.
No, I mean what.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the star ingredient of the week. This is where each week we pick a star ingredient. It could be a carrot, it could be celery, it could be a banana, it could be roast beef. And then someone brings in a dish.
I wish it was roast beef.
I know, you got to pick.
No, I don't really.
So it could be a dish, it could be a couple of dishes around that item. We have a good chinwag about it, and you feed me
usually an
this
ingredient.
week. Yeah.
The not dish is the thing.
Right.
And do you know what it is this week? Shall I tell you? Yeah, I know you know.
Yeah.
We've got it on our cards.
Let's see how many different languages we can say it in. Huevos.
Ow! Too hard.
Sorry.
What? I don't know how to say egg in anything apart from huevos and no. I is German, isn't it? I.
Is it?
I. Yeah.
I. Earth. One's
of
an
course.
One's an Earth.
It's eggs.
Eggs.
Eggs. And I can't believe we're at episode 41 and we haven't done eggs yet.
Oh,
Can you? I can't believe it.
No. Well, I thought we had because we did a Scotch egg episode.
We talked about Scotch eggs in Britain's Favourites. We talked about omelettes.
Yeah.
But we haven't done eggs as an ingredient.
Okay.
So let's talk about eggs.
Okay, right. I'm going to play a game because I like games. We're going to
Good.
go back and forward naming ways you can cook an egg. There are answers there. Ready on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Go.
Boiled.
Scrambled.
Poached.
Fried.
Omelette.
Souffle.
Egg fried rice. That's just a dish.
Scotch egg.
That's it.
Great.
That's all of them.
Well done, everyone. So, what is your favourite? Let's have a. What's your favourite if breakfast?
God,
Oh, fuck's
listen,
sake.
you're asking the wrong
Yeah,
person.
but look, I made you breakfast.
Well,
How'd you want your eggs, mate?
if I've got a slice of toast,
Yep.
I'm going poached.
Oh, lovely. Bit of ham.
Bit of cheese, thinly sliced cheese, poached egg, little bit of like chili hot sauce kind of thing.
Oh, lovely. Bit of Cholula, a little bit of
and a
zinging.
little bit of salad cream.
Ooh.
Salad cream and hot sauce. Yes, please.
To die for. It'd be one of your. Sounds like a sushi kind of sauce.
Yes, it would work. Would work nicely with sushi. What are you going for? You've got. Hold on. I'm just going to give you your toast.
Thanks,
there
mate.
you go. I've buttered it with Lurpak.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
It's been my regular meal every breakfast. I have 4 fried eggs. Yeah. All I do is so lazy, but I get a small frying pan that fits 4 in, and I put
It can't be that small.
But yeah, because they all just blend together, so it doesn't matter, do it? It's like one giant egg with 4 yolks.
I was going to say you don't bust the yolks. I
No.
hope.
So I put a bit of butter
That's
in
bit.
there, and then I just crack all the 4 eggs in, put my toast in. No more like butter on the toast because you've got quite a lot of butter there, kind of swimming in it, and then just slide the thing out, ketchup, bit of cheese, done.
So are we? Okay, now I'm visualising a 4 because like even you fry one egg, often it's bigger than the toast, and that's an issue.
Well, it depends how big your pan is. Just pick a pan that's not as big as the plate.
No, as big as the toast.
Big
How
as the
big's your
plate.
toast?
Well, you got 2 bits of toast that just sit on a plate
2
like that,
bits
and then
of
you just
toast,
cover it
okay.
like that. Just like a drape of 4-egg curtain
Yeah,
of
but
egg.
now I'm thinking long 2 bits of toast. That's long.
Well, you can stack them up.
I want. Do you know what I
know
like doing?
because you like even
I
bites. You like even
I
mouthfuls.
so like even bites. So if I've got a square piece of toast,
Yeah.
I will fry the egg and then I will fold the edges in,
Oh,
try
you're
and make
so
it square.
weird. You're weird.
And do you know what? Here's the thing.
Go on.
Oh,
Oh, squared toast.
I love breaking the yolk over and having a bit of everything.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this before, but I also love eating around the yolk so that the last mouthful is just yolk, unbroken yolk on toast, and it breaks in your mouth, and it's slightly orgasmic. But oh my god,
It's slightly orgasmic. Doesn't take you to the climax, but just takes you there.
anyway, it's like I
Gives
guess
you
it's
goosebumps.
like a yolk climaxing in your mouth. But it's yolk, which is the best flavour in the world.
It is the semi-best flavour in the world. I would tend to agree with you on the yolky part, but
What, like saving a yolk till last?
No.
Because the thing is with you, Mark, if you've got 4 eggs, you can bust 2 and you can have 2 whole. So you could go
bust 3.
You could, but if you want, I'm saying you might, you could have 2 egg yolk explosion.
Yeah, because when I put it on the plate, I just go and then just get it.
God, eggs are good, aren't they?
Yeah, dippy eggs. I haven't had a dippy egg in ages, but I'm a massive fan of a dippy egg.
I love them. I tell you what I hate is when you watch videos where people go and they plunge it in and the yolk goes over the side and you go, you're losing so much yolk.
You've got to be delicate.
Oh, you've got, otherwise you waste it. So there's not a lot of yolk in it.
No.
In an
Always
egg.
scoop that top bit out and then just
delicate. Yeah, just little. Would you when you like eat would you season each mouthful so there's a little bit of salt?
I just quite like a pure egg straight up.
A little bit of salt, surely.
Nah, I just quite like it pure.
Salty butter.
Salty butter, yeah. Think about it. Salty butter, salty toast. Oh, I want an egg now. Have you brought eggs in?
Well, of course I have. I have to. Have you ever done? Now this I forgot. I wrote this note and I forgot I was going to bring in.
Oh, fucking!
I had it.
I had it in my finger.
Poor bastard.
He's dead. Definitely dead.
I bet he's not. He'll be back. Yeah, he'll be back with his mates. Like that.
I think
His big brother. I was going to bring a raw egg in because there's that thing that because the way that they're designed, like evolved so that they're like so compact and they won't break, which is why chickens can sit on them and everything else. But if you take an egg and you put it like between your hands and you lock your fingers together, supposedly, however strong you are, you can't break it.
Yeah.
You ever tried that?
I have, yeah.
Did it break?
Well, I broke it, I think, because I just because I squidged
Maybe you got
up
the angle wrong or
yeah,
something.
squidged up into
Because my
the
dad
cross.
used to say that he'd seen an experiment where they got 4 eggs in these kind of like egg cup shapes above and below, and then they rested a car on top, and the eggs didn't break.
No way.
He said he
Maybe
saw
what? A toy car?
No, like a real, like an actual car.
A light one?
No, real, well, I mean, maybe a small car, but even so, apparently that's a thing.
Fantastic.
But I just love how naturally packaged eggs are, that they are just such a complete thing. And another thing I would say, which I'll come on to when I get my dish out, they're great, talking holiday food, they're a great thing for like camping because they don't need refrigerating, unless you're American, in which case you're a fool.
It needs a refrigerator. I had sweaty egg whites the other morning because Noah went through a phase of not enjoying the yolk on a hard-boiled egg. So he used to skip it out, and I used to eat that bit, and then he used to have them, and then we took them in the van with us, and then he had 1 or 2, and he was like, oh, I don't know if I want any more. So the engineer was like, do you want them? Oh, I'll have them in a bit. Drove down the road, and I was like, oh, I better eat them, because I saw them sort of get a bit steamy in the Tupperware, and I ate them, and they were so weird.
Were they
like warm, sweaty, guffy eggs? You're kind of like that.
Talking of guffy eggs, did I? I'm not sure if I've told this story on here before about when I took the eggs to London. So we were I must have talked about this on, maybe I was talking about it on something else. But we were going to London one day from Brighton with the kids when they were small, and I thought, let's boil some eggs. We'll take some hard-boiled eggs with us. Then if we're hungry, we can have we got some food to eat. Anyway, and I put them in my rucksack, blah blah blah. And we were on the train to London, and I was like, the train smells a bit guffy. And then we got on the tube, and I was like, the tube smells guffy as well. And we got out of the tube, and I was like, oh wait a minute, let's look in my bag. And then just all these busted up hard-boiled eggs in my bag and this stinky.
I thought you were going to say you picked up the 6 box of like boiled eggs and then you took the raw ones instead. So you're like, come on, kids.
Did I tell you about that with the boiled eggs in Gran Canaria?
No.
Oh, that was so funny. So first time me and Nikki went on holiday to Gran Canaria, we went to talk about full circle. We went to Mercadona, the Spanish supermarket, fantastic. Got some bits and bobs. Got fried egg crisps. Oh my God, best flavour crisps ever. Taste exactly like crispy fried eggs. Right. But anyway, bought a box of eggs, which had all Spanish writing on. You couldn't read the Spanish. Went home. It's quite late. We got in quite late. Blah blah blah. Let's just have fried eggs on toast for dinner. Got the toast going. Got the oil in the pan. Got the eggs. Went like that. Cracked. already boiled.
Oh!
A box of pre-boiled eggs.
Yeah, they had them in Switzerland
Yeah.
as well. I tell you one thing I did have once, which I'm never doing again, is the century egg. Have you ever had the century egg?
No, but I've seen it and it looks
Absolutely disgusting.
too weird.
Unbelievable. I bought it as like one of those gimmicky things that like as ages ago, and fuck you, just the thought of it. I remember cracking it open and sort of like sticking my finger in to try and peel it, and it was just like.
How are they made? How do they do
I
them?
honestly
Do you know?
wouldn't be able to tell you. I think it's maybe something like they bury them underground and they let them like funk, like they've
Must
been.
be some kind of chemical or something.
Oh,
that
like
draws
they're
the-
so sulphury and
But they're like green, aren't
green,
they?
yeah,
And almost translucent egg white.
like
and then
jellied. Oh,
green yolk.
yeah.
I
It
mean,
was,
they
like
look
your
amazing.
it was like your finger slipped through toilet roll.
I tell you
That's
what I
it
think they
smelled
look like. You know, when you go to like a sort of geology museum and they've got like stones that are cut in half, like
Yes.
amazing. They look like that, don't they? That kind of, yeah.
For your
Should I get my egg dish out?
get your egg dish out.
I was thinking on the along the lines of camping food and saying about eggs being sorry, locking knees there. Eggs being something that you don't have to refrigerate.
Yeah.
So this is I've made it before several times, but it is one of my favourite things to cook while camping.
Yep, you said that 3 times.
Sorry, and it's a tortilla. Of course, it's a tortilla.
Of course it is.
But what I've done is I've made it
This
with
is the receipt.
with this. So this from Lidl or Aldi, they do their own version, and it's their pre-cooked, sautéed, vac-packed sliced potatoes with onion and bacon. What do you say?
They do the like the Rosti packs, don't they? Like the
Yeah,
tin
yeah.
foil packs. This and they're unreal.
So get those, stick them in a pan with loads of not too much, but you know, bit of olive oil. Get them bit of colour on them. Then for the onion element, good old crispy onions, like you know the pots of the pots of
So delicate unwrapping that. It's just a scrunch up.
the pots of the crispy onions that get sprinkled on all the street food.
yeah.
Big handful of those. Then that into a bowl with beaten eggs, straight back in the pan. And I hope I haven't overdone that one, but I like it when it's still a little bit.
Well, I was going to
boogie
say
in the middle, but it's been in the fridge, so it's kind of firmed up. But so there we go. So there is the Spanish omelette, and then let's cut it up. And I've got some sachets. Of course, I've got some
Of course,
sachets.
he's got a sachet. Remember, I tell you about. I think I spoke about the old Spanish tortilla when I used to work at the cookery school, and we used to make it exactly like this for canapes and flip it over and turn it into little squares because
Yeah.
it's like perfect.
Yes, I
and
like
then this
that, little
guy
cubes.
who used to work in Spain was like, "Oh, you've got Spanish tortilla as your as one of your canapes." Like, yeah. And it's like, "Did you make it properly?" And it's like where it's just so runny in the middle because it's just cooked. And we
Yes,
were like,
I've seen that
No,
where
no,
it's-
no. You have to cook it all the way through because we need to cut it into squares. And he's like, no. That's not how you make it. We're like, no. We know. We just need to cut it into squares. And he cooked it, and it was honestly perfect. But like, we've got all the corner bits because the middle bit was just sloppy, like perfect creamy eggs.
I mean, I bet absolutely delicious.
It was
if you have
so
it
good.
on a
But
plate.
yeah, we were like, you twat. That's ruined our
So what-
canapes for 400 people.
What I like to do, a
we
bit
go.
of vinegar. So I got sachet of malt vinegar,
Go.
little bit of that. Oh, it's too sharp. I'll cut my finger off.
Oh, it's yummy. What does it taste of?
I mean, it's just.
It tastes like a Scotch egg. Why does it taste like a Scotch egg?
Do you know the bacon? Maybe. I mean, it's egg.
Yeah. And Scotch.
So a bit of vinegar, bit of. I mean, I bought a load of sachets. I really like a bit of hot sauce on my.
You're really into
Tortilla.
a hot sauce mood at the minute. Shall I get the mayonnaise out?
A bit of mayo.
Good mayo.
Let's go a bit of hot sauce on some of them. A little bit of that. Hello.
Is that hot sauce? Why is it so brown?
Don't know, it's probably old.
Why don't they invent better sachets? Here we go. Where do you want this?
On the side. And then we can dip. Well, I don't know. All right, put some on there.
I don't
Bit of
actually like
salty,
it.
salty.
Speak your mind.
What?
Speak your mind. If you don't like it, just tell me.
You don't want mayonnaise?
No, I do, but you were like, oh, on the side.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, you didn't ask me about hot sauce, did you? You just put it all over everything.
I know, I'm regretting it. It's a bit brown. Shall we try it?
Yeah.
You've already tried it.
I know. So it says that's Scotch egg.
Be good camping, wouldn't it? Bit too much salt put on
It's
there.
delicious.
But
What is the hot sauce?
I got it from what's that company that sent us the Mexican food? Yeah,
Mexican grocer.
yeah, I got it from them a while back.
Mex grocer. It's delicious.
Anyway, yeah. So camping food, easy peasy. Nothing needs refrigerating. You got your sachets. There we go.
I like it.
I want a bit with the mayonnaise now. Now he wants it with the mayonnaise.
Now he does. Right, George, look, I've just found your Lidl order.
Oh, good.
And I think it's kind of like Lidl is kind of have the what do you call it? Their foreign weeks.
They're yeah. I mean, it's their Iberian week this week.
Right. So your order was.
Can you go through them one at a time, and I will explain about each thing.
Yes. Let's go through it quickly though.
Okay.
So you got a Flexi Loop carrier. Sorry,
that's the bag.
Should have taken your bag with you.
I know, but you
biscuit
know what it's
cake.
like. So that looks really good. It looks a bit tiramisu-like. It looks a bit like there's a honey cake that I got from Borough Market once. It's like an opera cake, like, you know, layer cream, layer cream, layer cream, layer cream.
I hate creamy layered things. Sardine pate. You went
You
heavy
hate
on
creamy
that.
layered things?
Yeah. Tiramisu. Absolutely no. Makes me poo. Sardine pate. 3 of those.
So they come in packs of 4. So we're talking 12.
Yeah.
And they're like a tiny little foil thing. And it's, I mean, like we were talking about pate in the last episode, like sort of sardine paste, quite intense. A little bit of that on a bit of toast, bit of avocado, bit of lime.
Right. King prawns, raw.
So I've been making this sauce, my favourite pasta sauce at the moment, which is basically you cook down courgettes until they're just like I've done before, until they're just like a mush. You add chopped up raw prawns, really finely, so almost like a mince, a bit of chilli, bit of miso, bit of tomato puree, bit of vermouth, like cook that down, stock, that with spaghetti, heaven.
Great. Pan fried potatoes, done.
Those.
Nougat.
Nougat?
Yeah.
Oh, the little nougat puddings.
These.
Spanish week. Had them last
Here
night.
we go.
Delish.
Milk chocolate almonds.
So good.
Portuguese sausages.
Like slice, like salami, 3 different types. One of them's black.
Spaghetti tagliatelle. Potato sticks.
Big bag of crisps. Spanish week again. Very, very thin and very nice, like on top of something else. So like if you know, like you do like fried egg, big pile of those on top. And all the yolk
hot
goes in
sauce,
with.
yummy. Large avocados, great price, 59p each.
59p each. Large avocados, little.
Chives, chivers, and chives. And then you went to Italy. You went Italian salad.
It's a bag of salad.
Great. Look at that.
Love it.
What was the cost?
It's about 30 quid.
£29.59. What's this?
Not bad. Nicely done.
I told you. I said
Got any mayonnaise? Hold on. I want another bit. I'm hungry.
You got food there.
Well, this is it.
Right, so we move on. You said enough about eggs?
Have you ever seen the egg scene in the film Tampopo?
Nope.
1985. Japanese.
I wasn't even born.
But you might have seen things just because you weren't born. You might. You might have seen.
History.
Do you know? I've seen some films that were made before I was born.
Right, that's not allowed.
It's a Japanese film, and there's a saucy scene where
What, a sexy sauce?
sexy saucy scene where a couple
Might watch it.
having
What's
a
it called?
snog, and then the guy cracks an egg and just gets the yolk, and then he puts it in his mouth, and then they gently it's weird. It's like a little bit like, this is a bit odd, and they just pass this yolk without breaking it between their mouths, and then eventually the woman just goes like that, and it goes all down her chin. It's a bit like me with my my fried egg.
Is that what had to your little orgasm? As you take it to the end of that, do you pass it back and forward to the piece of toast?
To the toast. Yeah, like that. In a cafe. Imagine in a cafe going, what's that man doing over there? Isn't he that guy off of Instagram?
1985 porno film. But what's the one where they crack an egg?
Porno film.
Well, right. What's
Just
the
a bit
one
rude.
They crack an egg on the belly. Hot Shots Part 2, where they're having like the sexy scene, and then he's like doing a bit of foreplay down there, and then he cracks an egg on her belly because she's so hot and cooks an egg. Did I make that up?
I wonder if that was inspired by because the Tampopo one, I remember it was like really famous and everyone was going, Tampopo.
Might watch it. Sounds good though. Should we crack an egg on it?
I've never seen the film, but I've just seen the scene.
Watch that part. Okay.
A mouthful of thing now.
Right. Should we move on?
Ramen eggs, oxo eggs. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on to Britain's faves.
What a mess. What a mess.
It's your favourite bit. So we're doing Britain's faves. This is the part of the show where we talk about something that is Britain's favourite. How do you even intro this bit?
Is it my favourite bit?
Well, I don't know. You got excited then.
I'll tell you what, I do like these though. Oh, God, I love them.
Okay. Do you want to tell them what it is?
I can't. I love them too much.
Okay, so it's a samosa. Why do you love it so much?
Because they're just always good.
Do you reckon they're always good?
No, I've had some really bad ones.
I was going to say,
I had such a bad one once. I'll tell you about the bad one in a minute. No, but they are one of those things that they are quite consistent, and they, if they're hot and they're fresh, they're just like, come on.
Yeah, did we speak about it once before? But Dina Mackey, I used to do a thing with her. She did an Oman week at Tastemade when I was working there, and she did this thing where you cook your samosas from cold oil. So it would fill up a big wok of oil.
You did tell me, and I was like, are they not just greasy, disgusting?
No,
you said
apparently no, and they were unbelievable.
That's really interesting.
And that's that techie thing that's like, do you normally put them into hot oils, get the crisp?
Yeah,
but no,
so
she would
like seal the outside and then it stops everything else seeping in.
She just did big batches all in cold oil.
That's really fascinating. I suppose the pastry, because it's not like absorbent like bread would kind of go, wouldn't it? If you put a slice of bread in cold oil, it'd just be revolting, wouldn't it? But I suppose because it's already quite sealed.
Yeah, like layers of thin, delicious, already buttery pastry. Oh, I do like a samosa.
Where's the best samosa you ever had?
Don't know.
I do.
Go on.
I did a gig in Birmingham once at a school, secondary school. It was a fundraiser for them, and it being Birmingham with a big, kind of Indian Pakistani community, and they just had this. One of the mums had this like sort of bread tray just full of samosas, freshly made. They were cooking them in the kitchen, in the deep, and they were just. And I was like, I had one, had another one, and then I said, "Can I take some home?" And she gave me a bag with about 6.
Were they big or small?
They were pretty big. I think they were kind of, sort of, what's that the size of?
A triangle.
Triangle of pubic hair? It's about that size.
Gosh. George, I need to get Miss Egg around.
It's all the thinking about the passing the yolk about and eating the orgasm-y yolks. Yes, they were yes, because sometimes you get, because I like the ones that are kind of clearly a triangle. Sometimes you get, I'm talking about samosas here. Sometimes you get the ones that
landing strip
that sound like that kind of a bit sort of fat, and like they've been kind of like rolled over at one end. Do you know what I mean? That kind of like more like a sort of cricket ball.
Yeah.
Anyway, they were very nice.
Why does it say here, apart from ones in Lidl, where have you had the nicest samosas?
Episodes ago I was going on about when we said what you eaten recently, and all I'd eaten. It's when I was going to get my van, and all I'd eaten was little samosas and their iced coffee, and had like about that four in a row.
But I think that sometimes when you get those mystery packs of like like the Indian mix, where you get a samosa, you get the onion bhaji, and then you get an Indian version of a spring roll, and they're all, you kind of go, oh yeah, these are great, and then you eat one, you're like, oh, these are amazing, and then you get to the second one, you're like, actually,
I think also you get a samosa that big, there's just no filling in there.
Yeah.
You get a samosa that big, nom nom nom, loads of filling, nice bit of crispy corners. But
I tell you, I think I've actually had one of my favourite samosas was when I was at uni, and we used to go to this place and get really naff tuna baguettes. But then they used to have like the big chunks of like samosas, and they used to warm them up in the microwave, so all of the outside was so hot, and then the middle bit was just like still lukewarm and cold. But yeah, peas, lamb.
Would you go meat or veg?
Always meat.
Really?
I like a lamb one.
Because I'm kind of veer towards the veg, because the veg are the ones that always feel more consistent. Because I was going to, when I said I've never had a bad samosa, and then I remembered doing on the way back from a gig in Dunstable, I think it was, and then going to some shop and getting a samosa, and it was just like a bag of oily, unseasoned mince. And I remember having the first, I was driving as well, having the first mouthful, and it just collapsed, and it was just like greasy, like cheapest, horrible lamb mince all down my front, and that was a bad one.
I suppose M&S, do they do the samosas in their little sort of like tapas pack? I think when you go to a service station, you get their little sort of like little samosa reel. They do the chorizo and chicken open like empanada things are delicious. But I don't know about their samosas.
I think when it's hot, there's a newsagent around the corner from where I live called Shakti's on Ditchling Road in Brighton, and honestly, if any listeners are ever passing through Brighton, pop in. They make them fresh throughout the day, so probably every kind of 2 or 3 hours, there's a fresh batch. So they're usually warm, sometimes hot, and they're they're generously filled. I think they're 150 each, and they're like, one would do for a lunch. They're big
old boys. I was saying here, what makes a good samosa? Is it because I think if you do a naff samosa where you kind of almost use like a phyllo, it's not a phyllo, is it? It's a bit more fluffy.
I think it's a thicker pastry. I think sometimes like people will make samosas by getting phyllo and folding it, but I think it's only one layer of pastry, really, isn't it? It's not like
it's that triangle, isn't it?
A triangle, but then sometimes they do them where it's more like a sort of purse shape, and then they just roll one end
like that.
It's a bit like that. It's a bit like a receipt. Do you prefer vegetarian? Well, there we go. That's samosas covered. I think
covered samosas.
Have you had Big Mama's samosas?
Nope.
They sent me some.
Yes, did I?
Yes, I think I did, because when I brought a pie in a cardboard box, you said, "Is that Big Mama's samosas?"
Because
they sent them in the same cardboard box. But yeah, they sent me big shout out to Big Mama, because they sent me a what's it called, care package. That's what they say, isn't it? Of samosas, and they had their trad ones in there, but then they had like cheeseburger samosa, which was just
cheeseburger samosa.
I mean, it's basically just like cheese, onion, processed cheese, beef, onion, processed cheese.
Yum!
It was just so good. That with a bit, and we stuck them all in the oven, and it was after a gig, and we had beers, and we were just plowing through these samosas. Me and some friends.
What technically makes it a samosa? Is it the shape?
Sadie.
Yeah, dinosaur shape. Great with that dinosaur shape. Right, should we move on? That was lovely. I love a samosa.
You can get dinosaur-shaped chicken things in
the
shops.
I know. I make them for Noah. I do mashed potato volcanoes with ketchup coming out, and then I do broccoli trees, and I do the dinosaurs attacking each other.
Do you have like a meteor at the end to destroy it all?
That's him.
He's the meteor. Extinctorising.
Yeah, extinctorise them. Right, we're going to move on to listeners' questions and stories. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the part of the show where you can get involved. So if you do want to write in and say, hey, I've got a listener story or question, send it into At The Stuff Podcast. Sadie will have a little ruffle through, make sure it's all right, change your name, and then put it on here and we'll read it out.
And this week, it's all wines.
What?
It's all wines.
God, it's a miserable week when people are on holiday. Dylan says...
Am I being Dylan?
I can do it.
Can I be him?
Yeah, go on, put on a different voice. Right, Dylan.
I'll do Dylan Magic Roundabout, kind of like, hey man.
Yeah, go on then.
Fussy eaters in general. I hate going out to restaurants and someone orders a burger and asks to remove half the ingredients in it.
Right.
I mean, I don't. I mean, when my kids were growing up and they ate quite well, and then there'd be, we've talked about this before, I think, other kids coming round who were fussy and going, I don't want that, and I was like,
I suppose it depends if you're an adult. If you're an adult and you've lived your life and you get to a point where you don't actually like something and you want to go out for a meal with everyone and you want a burger and you don't particularly want beetroot in it, I don't mind. It depends if they're fussy. If they're like fussy for being for fussy's sake, then I totally agree. But if it's something that they just like don't particularly like, let them enjoy a meal.
But how do you? What's the difference between fussy and I don't really like?
I think it's someone going, oh, I think that egg's a bit overcooked. Like personal preference fussy.
Tricky, innit? I mean, it does my head in. I'll cook, for someone and they'll be like, oh, don't.
I don't think I hang around that many fussy people. I think this is one thing I realised since being diagnosed with ADHD, that I'm very black and white. So if there's someone that just annoys me, I cut them out of my life.
What about like if Noah has friends coming round and they're fussy? Doesn't that?
Just let him crack on, mate. It's not my kid. I didn't raise that child. Sorry, mate.
Well, it's not going on the list. Clearly, it's not going on the list.
Clearly. Right, Sophie.
What does Sophie say? You have to do Sophie's voice. Sophie says...
Hello. People with too many kitchen gadgets. You don't need an air fryer, a toasty maker, a KitchenAid, and a slow cooker, etc.
Let's go through the list.
Right.
Air fryer.
Yeah, get out.
Toasty maker.
Well,
I've got a collection of about 50 of them.
Yeah, you are that person.
KitchenAid.
Well, they come in handy.
I mean, I've got a Kenwood Chef. It's,
same thing.
Slow cooker.
I could pass. You could have a saucepan and put
I
on the
reckon
low
a
heat.
slow cooker would be fun to use. I've never had one.
I tell you what annoys me more about all of these things is people writing specific books about every single one of these fucking gadgets.
Yeah, getting ahead of me in the charts.
An air fryer cookbook.
Pushing me down. Pushing me down.
No more manuals. We need more real books. Right, so ladies and gentlemen, we're at the second part of the question of the week. So we posed a question at the beginning of the show. If you missed part one, go listen. Part one otherwise won't make any sense. Or you can just join now. The question was, until 2013, any alcoholic drink under a certain percentage was considered a soft drink in Russia. What percentage do you think it is? I said 12.5.
I said 8 point none.
And the answer is...
I won.
You won.
Only just.
I told you it wasn't far off. Wow. Oh shit, yeah, sorry. 10%.
That's insane.
That is so
That's
good.
insane.
What a laugh. No one...
Wowee.
I won't say it for him.
So what do they sell them to like kids and stuff? The Russian government legally categorised any beverage under 10% as a foodstuff among the likes of eggs, which we've just talked about, soda, bread, that's 2 words, and other standard grocery... No, that wasn't a criticism. They're just saying if I'd said it quickly, it'd sound like soda bread, wouldn't it? Soda, bread, soda.
When you say other things like soda, eggs, bread...
and other standard grocery store goods. I wonder if this came from an American. We've been to the store. We've got a can of soda.
We got some...
We got some wieners.
10%? That's mental.
That's bonkers, isn't it?
How quickly do you reckon it'll take you to get hammered on 10%? See,
Well, not long. I mean, you know.
Apple sours is definitely like 12 and a bit %, and I used to...
What's apple sours?
It's like a...
Keep
It's
talking about apple sours. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're so old, mate. It's basically just like a sour apple drink. There's like a shot that's just like syrup.
Right.
But yeah, it would be like... There you go, look. Is it 12?
I've seen it.
Or is it 20%?
Is it like a gimlet?
No, it's worse. It's basically what you'd go to a nightclub and you'd be like, oh, can I get a shot? And they're like, yeah, mate, what do you want? Like 15, yeah, sours, and then you just like go, yeah. But it's literally just makes
It's
you...
not like spirit strength.
No.
15%.
That's why I said 12.5.
Yeah.
So it's like drinking K cider. I think that's 8%, isn't it?
Oh, it's the Kestrel super strength, isn't it? Yeah. Wow. Well, you crazy Russians. You crazy Russians.
Crazy Russians.
They're crazy Russians. Oh my God.
Is that it? We're done.
That's it.
We've got to do the outro. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to see you for 2 weeks. You're not going to hear us in your ear holes for 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, unless you skip back and listen to an old episode.
Yeah, fair enough. Fill those gaps.
Fill those gaps.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that does wrap up another episode of Stuff. We hope we've kept you entertained, maybe even inspired you to try something new in the kitchen.
And do make sure you follow us on social media and subscribe and tell you. I mean, I say this every now and then, but do tell your friends about the podcast.
And write us a message. It was so nice to hear from Joe about his ham on toast.
We want. I love Joe's ham on toast. I want to see all the ham on all the toast from your holidays.
Yeah, tag us.
And I insist.
Good.
See you next time. Oh, sorry. I thought we'd just wrap up there.